Following a plant-based diet has become increasingly popular in the United States over the years, with 15.5 million Americans currently following a vegetarian diet and 2 million Americans not consuming any animal products at all. Since many consumers are shifting towards plant-based diets, there has been an increase in the development of new plant-based meat alternatives, or PBMAs. These PBMAs are often higher in fat, carbohydrates, and sodium compared to meat. Plant-based dairy alternatives also tend to be higher in carbohydrates and added sugars compared to traditional dairy. Additionally, plant-based sources of protein, such as legumes and seeds, are higher in carbohydrates than meat. This can lead to a high carbohydrate intake for individuals who follow a plant-based diet. While carbohydrates do have many important functions for our body, including things like providing energy for our cells, regulating blood sugar, and preventing muscle breakdown, consuming them in excess can be harmful to our health. For example, a high intake of carbohydrates can lead to high blood glucose, which can increase fat synthesis and lead to upper body obesity. Also, when we have a high intake of carbohydrates and there is extra sugar in the blood, glycation can occur, which is when sugar attaches to body proteins, changing their shape and destroying their function, causing aging to be accelerated due to oxidation. Over time, this can lead to a variety of health concerns, such as inflammation, heart disease, renal failure, and Alzheimer's disease. Clearly, consuming too many carbohydrates in your diet can lead to a variety of health consequences, so individuals who follow a plant-based diet should make sure to be careful when planning their diet and monitor their carbohydrate intake. To address another macronutrient, known as fat, it is important to note that lipids are a type of chemical and fats are the category of that chemical. Fats include triglycerides, phospholipids, and sterols. Triglycerides and phospholipids are composed of fatty acids. Fatty acids include saturated, monounsaturated, and polyunsaturated fats. Polyunsaturated fats include omega-3, such as wild-caught fish or flax seeds, and omega-6, such as sunflower oil. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory and omega-6 enhances inflammation when consumed in large amounts. As a result, excessive omega-6 intake can increase the risk of chronic diseases, such as heart disease. Within the body, the omega-6 pathway expresses over omega-3. When consuming the plant form of omega-3, the conversion of the 18-carbon alpha-linoleic acid to 20-carbon EPA is not very efficient with a lot of omega-6 using the same enzymes. This is why when consuming a lot of fast food, which is high in omega-6, it is important to consume omega-3 in the EPA form. This would be fish. It is also important for the body to receive all the necessary vitamins. There are two types of vitamins, water-soluble and fat-soluble. Water-soluble vitamins include the vitamin B complex and vitamin C, and these are not stored in the body. We have a certain amount of a vitamin that we need and we excrete any of the excess through the urine. Fat-soluble vitamins include vitamins A, D, K, and E, and they are stored in the liver. For those following a plant-based diet, a concern would be that some vitamins are absorbed better through animal foods, leading to a deficiency in these necessary vitamins. They could be deficient in vitamin B2, also known as riboflavin, and vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 aids in red blood cell formation and cell metabolism. Vitamin B12 is found in animal products such as fish, meat, poultry, and dairy products. People following a plant-based diet are more likely to be deficient in B12. Symptoms of this deficiency include tiredness, weakness, and a loss of appetite. A deficiency in B12 could also cause megaloblastic anemia, which is when there are abnormally large red blood cells. To avoid a deficiency in B12, a recommendation for people following a plant-based diet is to include vitamin B12 supplements or fortified foods into their daily intake. It's also important to maintain a proper balance of minerals in your diet. Minerals help support coenzymes, which aid in cellular processes all throughout the body. Some of these cellular processes include bone development, nerve function, metabolic processes, and support electrolyte balance and antioxidant activity. Minerals are also important because over and under consumption of them can lead to a variety of health problems. Vegan diets specifically are at risk of some mineral deficiencies because they lack proper plant sources. For example, calcium is a macromineral and is the most commonly found mineral in the body. It aids in supporting bone health, blood clotting, muscle contraction, and a deficiency in it can lead to osteoporosis, which is a weakening of the bones. Calcium can be found in both plant and animal sources, however, it is better absorbed when it comes from animal sources. It is recommended that vegans consume calcium-rich, green leafy vegetables like spinach and collard greens, which both are rich in calcium. However, spinach and collard greens are also high in oxalates, which hinder calcium absorption, so watching calcium consumption is vital for vegan diets. Zinc is a micromineral that is under-consumed in vegans, because it is mainly found in animal food sources, like meat, eggs, and seafood. Zinc is a cofactor for over 200 different enzymes in the human body. It is involved in aiding in DNA synthesis, development of sexual organs, immune system function, and antioxidant enzyme function. Legumes and whole grain both are vegan sources of zinc, but phytates commonly found in both sources have been known to hinder its absorption, putting vegan zinc consumption at risk. Proteins are essential for the human diet, as they have certain qualities that no other types of food have. A protein is a structural and functional material that is in every cell, and is the second largest energy source after carbohydrates. Protein intake is extremely important, as the recommendation is 0.8 grams of protein for every kilogram of body weight for the average person. Athletes need even more protein, they need 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. The building blocks of proteins are amino acids. There are 2 types of amino acids, essential and non-essential. Essential amino acids are needed from your diet, and the body does not produce them. This is where plant-based diets become tricky. Animal protein is considered to be high-quality protein, which means it mostly contains essential amino acids. On the other hand, plant-based protein is considered low-quality protein, meaning it doesn't contain many essential amino acids. Because it is so important to consume essential amino acids from our diet because the body doesn't produce it, it is important to eat a lot of animal protein. This can cause issues with the plant-based diet because the body may not have enough essential amino acids.